Hello friend, I want to tell you about the Lexus GS car. It is not as prestigious as the Mercedes E-Class, it is not as fast as the BMW 5 Series, nor as well finished as the Audi A6. So what distinguishes the Lexus GS from its German competitors? First of all, reliability and excellent passenger insulation from external factors. Is there anything to be afraid of in terms of failures? What has changed? First of all, the offer has been expanded with a new, more powerful 4.6-liter V8 unit, which has replaced the slightly smaller and weaker 4.3-liter engine. In addition, the radiator grille and front bumper have been remodeled, turn signals have appeared on the side mirrors, and the hybrid version has also changed the rear lights. There are also new rim designs and new body paints. The interior has a new steering wheel, a redesigned instrument panel, and better quality materials have been used. The Japanese do not have a habit of stuffing their offer with an excessive number of engines. There are significantly fewer power units in cars from the land of the rising sun than in the case of German competitors, but they break down much less often. Despite this, the lack of even a single diesel engine means that sales of the GS model on both the new and used car market clearly lag behind cars from German companies or the Swedish Volvo. Customers who decide on E-segment cars also count money, and they don't like to visit petrol stations too often. After all, time counts in business. A kind of alternative to diesel engines is the hybrid version. Unfortunately, you can only dream of fuel consumption at the level of diesel engines. With dynamic driving in the city, you will easily exceed 14L/100 kilometers. Although the hybrid system in the Lexus GS 450h is not particularly prone to failures, there are cases of problems with the electronics controlling the management of the system. It is also worth remembering that with age, batteries lose their ability to store energy. As a result, the petrol engine will charge the batteries more often, which will increase fuel consumption. In addition to the hybrid, the engine range also includes traditional petrol versions that do not cause serious problems in operation. The exception to this rule are models with the basic 3.0L engine from the beginning of production, in which there are cases of excessive engine oil consumption. The Lexus GS3 generation drive system is designed as it should look in a true mid-range upper-class limousine. Drive is transmitted to the rear wheels or, optionally, to four wheels, and the engine is placed longitudinally in the front. Independent multi-link systems are used in the suspension, both at the front and rear. In addition, there is the possibility of adjusting the hardness of the damping. There are three transmissions to choose from: a 6 or 8-speed traditional automatic and a continuously variable CVT transmission. Safety? As befits a car of this class, it is at a very high level. In Euro NCAP crash tests, the Lexus GS received a full set of 5 stars. Used Lexus GS3 common faults. The weakest point of the Lexus GS3 is the suspension. At 150,000 kilometers, not only the metal rubber elements will require replacement, but also the shock absorbers. Before you buy a specific model, it is worth checking the condition of all the suspension components. Original elements are expensive, and replacements do not last very long. The original brake discs and pads are not very durable, so in this case it will be better to buy good replacements. The GS model had a problem with the steering system. The manufacturer carried out a service campaign because of this. Be sure to check if the model you have chosen took part in it. Users of the car complain about a noisy dashboard, where something rattles all the time. When the outside temperature drops to about -10 degrees Celsius, the plastics of the cockpit start to creak unpleasantly. In such a prestigious car, there should be no such mishaps. The electrically folding mirrors also have their moods. Unfortunately, they do not always want to work. Sometimes the headlights also go crazy and can switch off by themselves while driving. Xenon lights also have problems with leveling. Note: there are also cases of corrosion of the rear wheel arches. Fortunately, the problem does not affect many cars. Drive joints or other elements susceptible to damage. The third-generation Lexus GS is undoubtedly one of the most reliable cars in the E-segment. However, this is not the only feature that distinguishes the car from its competitors. Lexus can also boast the best interior soundproofing and a hybrid version. In the years 2005 to 2011, neither the Mercedes E-Class nor the Audi A6 nor the BMW 5 Series Volvo S80 or Jaguar S-Type and XF offered such a drive system. The car must also be praised for its elegant styling. Previous generations were simply bland. In terms of equipment, the Lexus is slightly behind its German competitors, but most of the differences are minor details. Disadvantages? First of all, the interior is too tight for this class of car, not very comfortable seats, with too short seat cushions, no diesel engine, and average quality of interior materials. Another problem may be the high prices of spare parts, but do not forget that no car in this class will be cheap to operate. Thanks for listening to me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and rate my video. If you know of any problems with this car that I haven't mentioned, be sure to write about them in the comments.